Now we're going to create parts 9 through 10. Let's turn part 8 off. Let's go up to the navigation cube. Left click on top view. Left click on sketch. Left click top plane. Left click center point circle. We're going to drag that out. Left click, come up here and left click on the dimension tool. Left click on this again. Let's go 0.73. Scroll out. Drag this over. We'll probably have to do that a little bit more. Let's left click on the line tool. Left click out here anywhere. Hit escape to deactivate the line tool. Back up to the dimension tool. Left click on the center of that circle. Left click on this line. We're going to set the length between those to be the radius of our hoop. So our hoop is 56 inches in diameter. So our radius is going to be 28 inches. So let's close our sketch out. Let's go to revolve. Left click. We want this to be set at solid, new. Faces to sketch, we want sketch 18. And then revolve axis, we want to click on the line we just created. And you notice it made a hoop. We don't want the full hoop. We want a segment of the hoop. I'm going to rotate that back around. All right, there we go. We want a 90-degree segment of it. So we're going to do one direction. And that's going to give us a degree. So that's 30 degrees of that larger hoop we saw. We want a 90-degree bend. Perfect. Let's go to front, and you can see that gives us our 90-degree bend. We're going to have mathematical formulas that we can plug this into, like arc length, that will give us an estimate of what that straight tube will be when we purchase it. So let's close out revolve 1. Let's go down to where it says part 9. We're going to right click on that. We're going to hit rename. And this is going to be our hoop segment. Go ahead and deactivate that. Let's go left click on top view, left click on sketch. Let's left click top plane, left click center point circle, left click in the center, drag that out. Go up to the dimension tool, drag this out, go 0.73, hit enter. Close that out. Now let's go to right plane. Use your mouse wheel, roll that so that you can zoom out. Bring that over here. Let's go left click sketch, left click right plane, left click line tool. We're going to click here, left click, drag that up. I'm going to go about an inch. Let's go over about 9 inches. Again, roughly about 9 inches. Up about 7, and then over about 2. Now we got these dimensions, they don't have to be exact yet, based on a previous design. Let's hit escape. Now let's go to our sketch fillet tool. Let's see if we can put a 1 inch there. Matt, we'll get a red line if it won't. All right, so good, we want that. We can change the length of this later. So this segment here and this segment, we want 1 inch. We're going to drag that down. Oops, let me double click on that so I can just hit 1 inch. I'm going to grab that so that I can see the radius of the bend there. We're going to left click on this one, left click on that one. Again, I'm going to grab the radius of the bend so that I can see that. Sketch fillet, left click, left click. Same thing that we were doing before. There. Now let's set our length. Left click on this. Let's go 9.5 here. Let's go 9.5 here. We want that to be long enough. We need this to be roughly about 18 inches, 17, 18 inches long. If we had a straight length going across here, we want our armpit to go right around in here. And so we're going to make that one 7 inches. We got these dimensions from the first test. We'll make that one 2. We may have to trim that down later on, but let's close that out. Let's go to isometric view. Let's go to swept path. Let's zoom in, left click on this one, left click swept path, left click here, left click here. We got to make sure we get all of those segments in. If you miss one, you'll get an error message. Left click, left click, left click on that. Zoom in here, make sure we don't miss one. All right, good. Now we can close that out. Let's go back to right plane, and that's our swing arm. Armpit goes here, carabiner goes here, harness hooks in here. So that's our swing arm. Let's right click on part 10, rename part 10. So let's right click on this again, hit edit appearance, and let's go silver. And let's go back to the hoop segment. I did not do that, and hit edit appearance and keep that silver to represent that aluminum tube. All right, so that's all we're gonna do for this one, and then we'll move on to another part next.